Hi everyone, my name is Shay Jesse. I'm on the Congressional Affairs team at the Congressional App Challenge. Today I'm so excited to be speaking with Congressman Bennie Thompson of Mississippi 2nd District. Congressman, thank you so much for taking some time to talk about the App Challenge.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. Okay, first, I'd love to hear a little bit about what motivated you to host the App Challenge in your own district.
Well, as you know, technology is the way forward for a lot of things. And unless we get our school districts accustomed to teaching that way forward, our children will be behind. So this is one of the many ways that we can get our children up to where they need to be so that once they graduate and move to bigger and better things, they won't be behind. And so it's exciting. It's the competition that goes with it. But nonetheless, this is where everything's headed. So the App Challenge is just one of those many things that our children will have to learn.
Absolutely. And speaking of the children, if you were to put yourself in the student's shoes and you had to code an app for the App Challenge, what kind of app would you code?
Well, you know, I live in a small rural community where people hunt, they fish. So I would look at some kind of app that would help me become a better outdoorsman, whether it's predicting the weather, whether it's predicting circumstances around wildlife, those kinds of things. Somewhere there's an app so that I could determine the day to go fishing. I could determine what the conditions for hunting would be for that day. And I'm convinced that with technology where it's headed these days, that these things can happen. So even an outdoorsman like me can go fishing and actually catch fish because I checked the app first.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe at some point you'll have the time to code something like that, or if not, maybe your students will. So in the past couple of years, we've seen students engage more heavily with AI as they start to code their apps and formulate the content of their apps. So I wanted to ask you, if AI could help you solve one frustrating part of your daily work, what would you have it solve?
Well, as you know, first of all, AI is new
Right.
to a lot of people. Majority of people in this country don't have a real good handle on what it is. So for me, it's solving time management. It's solving the many questions that I have in the run of a day. But they need to be in a manner that's accurate. It needs to be in a manner that's me. So I can get the information, but I need to be able to translate the information in what I call Bennie speak. And that's important. One of the things about being from rural America, people don't want me to come to Washington and learn all the bad habits of Washington. They want me to stay just as I am. So my AI input has to remember who Bennie is at all times.
Okay. What would you say to students that want to start using AI to help their app?
Oh, look, let me tell you, it's the way forward. Again, technology is the force multiplier for knowledge.
Right.
And so it's important that our school districts prepare our children for the future. One of the challenges for a district that I represent is I still have areas in my district where we don't have access to the internet. And so sometimes people take for granted that all they have to do is just get online and that's it. But I'm happy that legislation has been passed that over time, every child in my district, like in many other districts, will have access to the internet so they can be the best that they can be. And so if the ability to have access to the internet is tantamount to students being the best that they can be, then that's the way we have to go.
Right? Yeah, that's a great answer. Thank you. So bring it back to the app challenge. We have so many students out there who may have heard about the challenge through their school districts, their teachers, their mentors, but they aren't sure if they have the skills to compete. So I wanted to ask you, what would you tell those students who want to participate but don't know where to start?
Well, I think first of all, if our school systems introduce the the, the app challenge properly, most young people are technologically engaged already. Maybe not in the best way, but they're not intimidated by cell phones. They're not intimidated by other forms of technology. My grandson is talking to people with his games that he's never met. I just have to get him off the game sometime and get his lesson and stuff like that. So the intimidation factor that would normally go with something new is just not there. What we have to do is put it in a manner where there's structure, but also you grow it. And this app challenge contest puts all the kids all around the country in that format. And if you've ever attended a school that's won an app challenge, it's a big deal.
It is.
And so I now have districts competing against each other for all the right reasons. And it's that competition that helps grow the future for our young people.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of the future, I'd love to hear what excites you the most about the level of innovation and creativity amongst your youngest constituents.
Look, I'm often surprised at their level of sophistication. And you know, as an adult, I'm trying to sit there and give them the impression that I know what they're talking about. So I have to keep that straight face. But I marvel at the fact that new things don't intimidate them anymore. And it's working with technology, working with all the things associated with coding and app making that tells me that our young folk, they get it. So I'm excited about it, but I also know I have a couple of coding academies in my district, and when we've had graduations, some of these young people who didn't quite know what they wanted to do in life, but they got in the academy, and now what they're doing, they got good jobs and a future. Then you see the parents and saying, you know, he wasn't an A student, but he got into this academy and he just blossomed. And so I'm just convinced that there's a place for young people, and this app challenge is one of those places.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Congressman, for being here today, and thank you for your continued participation in the app challenge. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.